We are live, and as we get started, there's something I really need to tell you. I have received what I would consider to be top secret information from one of my sources who is actually on board of one of the amphibious assault ships that is in the Persian Gulf. Well, not the Persian Gulf, but it's literally in the waters surrounding the Persian Gulf. I have received pictures, juicy pictures that show something that, I personally thought was not going to happen. But I'm a journalist. I got to be honest. I may have been wrong, because these pictures that I've received from on board the amphibious assault vessel are pointing to something going down that I might have said was not going to happen. Here's what we're going to do. We got a goal set on the super chat today. I think it's 10 $5 super chats. 10 $5 super chats. You put a $10 super chat, that counts as 2. 10 $5 super chats. I'm going to show you these photos. I'm going to tell you what I think they mean, and you can draw your own conclusion as to what you believe they mean. But I have photos from inside the vessel that no media outlet has these photos. You heard it. It's going to be one of those, you heard it here first. I'm talking about, we got juice. I'm excited. Help me hit my goal. I'm spilling all the tea. I'm letting you know what the deal is and what I think it means. And you're going to know something that nobody else knows. You're going to be like Matumbo. No, like this. Okay, so what does it mean to be an ally? What is NATO really? See, I always thought that NATO was an alliance of nations, a military alliance, where nations basically agree, bro, listen, if you get in some ish, I'm coming to help you. No questions asked. We going to put money in together. We're going to fund this thing called NATO. And if we get in trouble, you come help us. And if you get in trouble, we coming to help you. No questions asked. In World War II, the British were in a lot of trouble. The Germans have basically isolated a large number of British troops on a little island called Dunkirk. It was right across the English Channel from mainland United Kingdom. During that time, the United States of America was not involved in the war. Nazi planes were flying overhead. The Luftwaffe, or whatever it was called, was flying overhead, bombing British installations. And these soldiers were basically left for dead. They knew they were not going to survive this situation. But they managed to escape. They managed to use civilian vessels to transport hundreds, if not thousands, of troops off of that little strip of land back to mainland UK. And it saved thousands of troops' lives. Shortly after that, the United States entered the war. The UK understood that, hey, we're not going to be able to beat Hitler on our own. As a matter of fact, we are totally outmatched by the Nazis. They have better planes, they have better soldiers, better equipment, they're more organized. Logistically, they are dominating us. And if we don't do something now, they are going to take London. They're going to take England. They hit up the Americans. The Americans was like, I guess we're going to come help y'all out. And a few years later, the Russians, Americans, and the Brits were all standing in Berlin. victors. We thought that that secured an unbreakable alliance with the UK, militaristically speaking. But in the age that we live in today, there is nothing that is sacred. Old alliances are expendable. The things that we thought from the time we were young to now, the bonds that we thought were unbreakable have proven to be very fragile in the face of the woke, radical, leftist, progressive agenda. So much so that our number one ally, the UK, I mean, damn, if we be calling them twin. You know how they do? Oh, what up, twin? We would be calling them twin if this was an interpersonal relationship. Bro, they faking on us. They faking on us. We over here trying to extinguish a very real threat that is the country of Iran. And let me know if my sound's okay. We're trying to extinguish a very real threat that is the country of Iran. And the number one nation that we thought would come to help us, no questions asked, the UK, man, they're acting like some straight up hoes right now. But some of us are not surprised. And when I say some of us, I mean President Donald J. Trump. See, for a long time, Donald Trump has held a certain sentiment. And this is even before he was president. He always believed that NATO, this alliance of countries that's supposed to crash with us, no questions asked, no matter what, when we decide to go up, they go up. He always held this sentiment that they would not be there when we needed them. And now that Donald Trump has called on these nations to assist the United States of America in keeping the Strait of Hormuz open for international exports and imports to continue to be able to travel through, it looks like Donald Trump was right all along. Let's tap in.
Look, I think that I know what you're trying to do, Phil. You're trying to drive a wedge between members of the administration, between me and the president. What the president said consistently, going back to 2015, and I agreed with him, is that Iran should not have a nuclear weapon. We have taken this military action under the president's leadership. I think all of us, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, should pray for its success and pray for the safety of our troops. That's the approach that I've taken. Make it as successful as possible.
So there's no hesitation, given your past statements, with the current operation?
What do you mean there's no hesitation with my past statements?
Given your skepticism of foreign adventurism, you were a critic of the global war on terror previously.
Well, I think one big difference, Phil, is that we have a smart president, whereas in the past we've had dumb presidents. And I trust President Trump to get the job done, to do a good job for the American people, and to make sure that the mistakes of the past aren't repeated. Absolutely.
Thanks, sir.
Look, JD's been great, but here's the simple thing, and I have, some people, I don't want wars. I want wars less than almost anybody. Peace through strength.
If the United States is working to secure the
There's really two schools of thought when it comes to this situation involving the Strait of Hormuz. Some people believe that Trump has bitten off more than he can chew, and he's realizing that now, and now he's calling on the rest of NATO to help the United States of America keep the Strait of Hormuz open because we can't, right? But there's another school of thought, and that one aligns more with the intel I'm receiving from my secret sources that are on board an amphibious assault vessel that is over there in the shit, as they say. And they're saying that it's not about the United States not being able to secure the Strait of Hormuz. What they're saying is this is about NATO proving that they are truly loyal to the United States of America, because they were asked to crash at the initiation of this situation and they refused to do it. So now what's basically happening is Trump is testing them. He's seeing if they are really the allies that they claim to be, and if they're really going to come and answer the call of the United States when the United States requests them, the same way the United States answers the call when they request for us to come help. You guys might not know this, but the United States' bad relationship with Iran is really caused by the UK. I bet you guys didn't know that, huh? A lot of the reason why the United States has beef with Iran is because of us assisting the UK, because they felt like they were getting a raw deal from Iran, the Shah, and the United States intervened to help them. So why wouldn't they come help secure the Strait of Hormuz when asked? Especially when a lot of the oil that goes to their country actually comes through the Strait of Hormuz. They need that strait open more than we do. But why would we open that strait? For them to benefit while we take all the losses, we take on all the pressure as far as all the pressure militaristically, while they just sit back and chill and wait to declare the winner.
Strait of Hormuz for the benefit of other countries like China, and our allies aren't yet stepping up to your standard. Is the United States getting back to being the world's policeman?
Look, the United States should not be very much involved. They can on a certain basis. They've been doing it for a long time. But I've always said, if you look back years ago, I said, why aren't we being reimbursed? You know, these are the richest countries in the world. Why aren't we being reimbursed for maintaining the Hormuz Strait? And why aren't we being reimbursed for that? I've said that for years. You can go back. They reported on it yesterday. I've been saying a lot of things about the straits. Number one, I said it's the one advantage they have, but that's a suicidal advantage because they kill themselves more than they kill the rest of the world. And there are things you can do with time. There are other things.
Yeah. So Trump is not looking at this as, oh, I bit off more than I can chew and I need everybody's help. That's what the uninitiated or the uninformed are going to conclude. But the reality is, why do we keep coming to the aid of all these countries? Why do we keep coming to the aid of all these countries? But when we need them to do something, or when we request or ask them to do something, they don't want to do it. Like, I don't think people really understand how large and powerful the United States of America's military really is. But I just want you to know something. The UK, right, has about, the UK has about they have two aircraft carriers. The UK, United Kingdom, has two aircraft carriers. And both of those aircraft carriers are pieces of crap. Let's be real. Even when they just need fuel for them, they have to ask the United States, can you please give us some fuel so we can take our aircraft carriers around the world? And most of the time they sit in port being fixed because they're always broken down. Understand that. UK, a country that's been here longer than any of us, has two active aircraft carriers that can actually go somewhere. The Queen Elizabeth and the Prince of Wales, right? These were both, one was commissioned in 2017, one was commissioned in 2019, right? The United Kingdom used to have the most powerful Navy on earth. There was a time when the UK Navy was so powerful, all you do is say, hey, can you keep this blockaded? Can you do a blockade here? Can you stop these subs and ships from getting? And they're like, bet, and they doing it, and it's a wrap. The United States couldn't even compete with them at all, right? How many carriers does the United States of America have? Does anyone know? Can we make that like a trivia question? How many carriers does the United States Navy have? I'll give you Jeopardy time. We have 11. The United States of America has 11 aircraft carriers. Not to mention hundreds of amphibious assault vessels that pretty much can act like mini aircraft carriers. We have 11. We have the most on earth. We have more than every other country combined. 11 is a lot. 11 is more than every other country on earth combined. That is a lot. We don't need them. We don't need the UK. We don't need anybody, because we have the tools in abundance to get the job done right. This is a loyalty test. This is to see if NATO is something that the United States should still be entertaining, and if they will be here when we need them. And at this point, it's looking kind of shaky.
Things you can do, but I think we're going to have the situation straighten out pretty quickly, and I think we're going to have some good help, and I think we're going to be disappointed in some nations too. And I'll let you know who those nations are.
Problem with the current American approach is he's expecting people to come in, countries to come in to support the Strait of Hormuz, keep it clear. But there isn't an American willingness to lead this effort. This, call on allies, call on Asian countries, clearly because the world's economy is all affected by the closure of the Strait of Hormuz. But for many countries, first, there's a sense that Israel and the US went ahead with this war, and Iran has gone and retaliated in a way that basically is the worst possible scenario that the world feared if this war happened, and then, of course, it would affect the world's economy.
See, so this is why people are so fooled. This is why people are so deceived, because you have media outlets absolutely lying about the motive for why Trump is doing what he's doing. Oh, this is what the world feared, da-da-da-da-da. America is not afraid of this, because this doesn't affect America in any real way. America produces more oil than we actually need. We actually buy oil from other nations to help their economy. If we really need oil, if the prices get too bad, we just divert our own oil back to our country and we're good. We're Gucci. I live in California. California as a state is 100% oil independent. But because of environmental laws where they don't want the oil to be refined in California, we now buy oil from other countries, which is absolutely stupid, right? We're not buying it because we need to buy it. We're buying it because we're trying to save the environment like a bunch of idiots. So please don't for 1 minute think that the United States of America needs these people. They need these nations. The United States of America is testing the loyalty of these countries to see if these countries are going to answer the call when they are called upon. But CNN will never tell you the truth because they make their money off of lying.
I think the approach of the US administration to just expect countries to rise up and fill in this gap, rather than be the one to coordinate and lead as a coalition, has left many countries in this confused state of not necessarily getting involved, because their approach is, we are in a defensive position, but we don't want to be in a position where we're part of an offensive that the US.
Now, she's a total idiot, and she's also dishonest. What do you mean the United States didn't lead? The United States has taken out all of their militaristic capabilities other than randomly launching missiles into the air, hoping that they hit someone. Their Navy is gone, so you don't got to worry about that. Their Air Force is gone. You don't have to worry about that. Thousands of ballistic missile launchers are gone. Their entire upper leadership and much of the low-level leadership is gone. If that's like saying the fullback is not leading you through the hole and he done knocked everybody on the other team down except for the two safeties way in the back. If this is not leadership, what is? We've basically cleared the path and then gave them an easy ass job that even probably the army of damn Kenya could do, but they don't want to do it because the reality is they've grown too comfortable with the United States of America constantly doing the heavy lifting for them. They've been getting a whole lot of something in exchange for a whole lot of nothing. And Trump is not having it anymore. That's what this is about. It ain't about, oh, you bit off more than you can chew. No. It's about you're not going to keep on benefiting from our hard work without putting some work in yourselves.
And Israel has launched.
Well, first of all, let's set the facts straight. The Iranian regime continues to threaten global trade and energy security by blocking the Straits of Hormuz and only letting certain traffic go through. There are a lot of folks that benefit. The United States of America is a net energy exporter. We have plenty to supply our own country. And so this is about other countries, including China, including our NATO allies that receive oil and gas from the Gulf. And ultimately, that security of the Strait of Hormuz is in their interest. And so he is absolutely right to suggest that our allies need to help us and support our efforts in making sure that the Iranian regime no longer has ballistic missiles, Shahed drones, or developing a nuclear weapon. And all of these things add up to a fact that this should be the whole world, our allies, our friends, folks that benefit from the energy in the Gulf, coming together and, sending a clear message that the Iranian regime can no longer get away with this.
We don't need anybody. We're the strongest nation in the world. We have the strongest military by far in the world. We don't need them. But it's interesting. I'm almost doing it in some cases, not because we need them, but because I want to find out how they react. Because I've been saying for years that if we ever did need them, they won't be there. Not all of them, but they won't be there. I was very surprised with the United Kingdom, because the United Kingdom, 2 weeks ago, I said, why don't you send some ships over? And he really didn't want to do it. I said, you don't want to do it. We've been with you. You're our oldest ally. And we spend a lot of money on, NATO and all of these things to protect you. I mean, we're protecting them. We're working with them on Ukraine. Ukraine's thousands of miles away, separated by a vast ocean. We don't have to do that, but we did it. Well, Biden did it. I mean, I have to be honest with you. It's Biden.
If we would go into conflict, that de facto traffic flow would stop through the straits.
So there you see it. Exactly what I said. Donald Trump made it clear, and this is why they hate Trump. See, it's really just an ego thing. They don't like Trump because Trump tells it like it is. We don't need them. We don't need anybody. Can anyone answer this question? How many aircraft carriers do we have dealing with the situation in Iran right now? I'll give you 20 seconds. How many aircraft carriers do we have dealing with the Iran situation right now? Better yet, how many aircraft carriers do we need to totally obliterate Iran's military infrastructure? I'll let you think about that. Black Man Rising said probably one or two. Yeah, we destroyed them and killed all their leadership with 2 aircraft carriers. And then we sent a 3rd aircraft carrier just to create a triangular kill zone to block in all Iranian export. So they won't be able to bring anything out of the country to export. Because they have to export to make money. So their money is cut off anyway. That's why they really don't want to let anyone else bring anything through, because they can't make any money, because they can't bring anything through. We had 1 or 2 over there and obliterated them. And then we brought another one for backup just to create this cutoff zone, this suffocation zone for them. If we have 11 and we only need 3, why do you think we need Britain or the UK's 2? We don't. And Trump said it. In many ways, I just did it to see what they would do. I mean, Trump may be white, but in my mind, he thinks like a black dude. I just did it to see what your ass was going to do. So I know if I should keep helping you or not. And it's getting close for me to being a not. Because I am becoming one of those people who is of the thought that the United States needs to leave NATO. They're not there when we need them. We giving them billion. You guys are worried about the money we give to Israel, right? You guys are worried about how much money we give to Israel. How much money has the United States given NATO every year? The United States has provided almost 20%. Wait, let me see. 18 NATO's direct operating. Yes, the United States provides almost 20% of NATO's direct operating budget, a share capped to match Germany's contribution as of a 2019 agreement. So they're doing that now since 2019. But before 2019, how much money were we giving NATO? Billions and billions and billions of dollars. Now we're giving them about $1 billion a year. But before, we were giving NATO like $5 billion a year. And Trump put an end to that shit because he was like, NATO is an alliance and we're all supposed to be throwing money in the pot. So why is it that the United States is the only one throwing money in the pot while the members of NATO make back alley deals with people, with countries that are the enemies of NATO? It really doesn't make any sense. The only real ally we have is Israel, if you really want to know. The only country that's going to put belt to ass upon request with no questions asked is most likely Israel. And I see France is talking tough like they ready to get cracking too. But you have to know who your real friends are. And right now, UK, our number one ally, they're not being a very good friend.
As you know better than anybody else in conflict, when missiles are flying overhead back and forth, the traffic through the Straits of Hormuz is going to come to a stop because their tankers, liquid natural gas carriers, container ships, et cetera, they're going to slow down. And so we understood that. Well, what I think that surprised me more than anything in this, what's going on, is Iran's retaliation. And I said from the beginning, to understand the effectiveness of the campaign that we're waging, we should look at how, not do a box store, but look at, Iran's capability to retaliate.
But you say we knew about their capabilities, and certainly
Sure.
in the Strait. Are you surprised that we didn't do more or have a bigger plan for against that?
I would say that if you look at the campaign CENTCOM initiated, this was built into it from the beginning. And when you think about it in terms of the things that the chairman said and the things that Admiral Cooper said his mission was, one of the things in there was to go after the Navy. And what they really meant was Iran's capability to control the Straits when this is over. Because we don't want them to have power projection capability. We also don't want them to have this leverage over this internet, this such an important chokehold. So this effort that's being done and being waged by CENTCOM is specifically to get at their cruise missile threat, their ability to launch drones at boats, put mines in the water, all those things that when this is over, you want them not to have. That makes
unbelievably short-sighted. Obviously, when you're talking about threats to America, you're not just talking about threats directly to the American homeland. You're talking about threats to American interests in the region, in Europe. The idea that you are supposed to wait until they have ICBMs tipped with nuclear weapons to actually do something is absolute idiocy. I think what President Trump has done here, which is truly genius, is he has recognized that you don't wait until the threat is right upon you. You use targets of opportunity. And the reality is that because the Iranian regime was incredibly weakened by the 12-day war last year, because they did not have the capacity to deter oversight from the IAF and from the American Air Force, because the Iranian regime was experiencing significant financial crisis, and because millions of people were in the streets just a few weeks ago, that was a time when the United States could move to finally neutralize a threat that has actually threatened Americans, including creating the death of at least hundreds, if not thousands, of Americans over the course of the last 47 years.
Thousands of Americans. Iran has killed thousands of Americans over the last 47 years. It's not even a question. But see, you got people who are so detached from reality and they're so drunk off this woke bullshit. There was a woman, I was talking on Dinah's channel the other day. This woman said we should have waited until Iran launched nuclear weapons at America. Then we should have done something. Just let that sink in. Let that sink in. You don't even have to listen to Ben Shapiro. Listen to common sense. Because we all should be arriving at this conclusion. Why would you wait for a country that literally chants death to America every morning before they eat their Ayatollah flakes? Why would you wait for them to get nuclear warheads and launch them at you to then say, oh shit, we got to do something? It don't take a rocket scientist to know that that's a bad idea. And this is why everything the Democrats are saying now goes against everything the Democrats have been saying for the past 30 years. I don't know if you guys remember this. My girl Hillary, she said, if elected, what was the first thing she would do? Tell me, y'all help me. Hillary Clinton once famously said, if elected, what was the first thing she would do? That was in 2016. Back when the Democrats weren't on the we got to do anything. She literally said, if elected, the first thing I'm going to do is bomb Iran. She literally said that. Hillary Clinton said, if elected, the first thing I'm going to do is bomb and totally obliterate Iran. Why were they saying that in 2016? Why were the Democrats saying that in 2016 and then giving Iran money in 2018? I mean, I don't know about you, and I'm not the conspiracy guy, but I honestly believe that the Democrats were giving Iran money because they knew Iran would fund terrorism. Iran would fund a terrorist group to do another thing, something like 9/11, and that would give the Democrat Party the excuse they needed to go into a 20-year war in Iran and fund their weapons manufacturing buddies for the next 20 to 30 years. The Democrats were on the path to creating a forever war. Give your enemy billions and billions of dollars. You know he's going to do something stupid to hurt Americans. And once he does, the American people are going to give you the go-ahead to start a forever war against Iran.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. The president right here is doing the bravest thing that I've ever seen an American president do when it comes to foreign policy. And, you'll have second guessers like Ro Khanna suggesting everything would have been hunky-dory if nothing had been done here. But those same people have been saying the same thing as Iran spreads its terror tentacles all over the Middle East and abroad.
It come tumbling down as soon as it's over, and it's going to be over very quickly. Too many concerns about the political impacts of this. I have to do what's political and everybody has concern. I have to do what's right. I can't say that, I don't want to have any impact on oil prices for 3 or 4 weeks for 2 months. And we're going to let Iran have a nuclear weapon and blow up the entire Middle East and beyond, right? Because, they were going to blow up.
Man, listen, the American people are the most spoiled people on the planet. Most of the states around the country, their gas isn't even over $4. I live in California. our gas is constantly over $4. But it's not because of anything Trump's doing. It's because we have $2 worth of gas tax attached to every gallon of gas that you buy. If California eliminated their gas tax and their gas regulatory fees, our gas right now would be $3. But see, people like Gavin Newsom, the Democrat Party, they count on you being ignorant. So they'll keep letting you believe that Californians are paying $5.19 a gallon for gas because of what's going on in the Middle East. The reality is that has nothing to do with it. It has everything to do with our governor closed down all of our refineries. We have 40 something. There's like 6 or 7 left. Our governor literally chased the oil companies out of California. Californians use a special grade of gasoline that no other state in the country uses. And now you have this guy trying to pretend like what's going on in Iran is negatively impacting California and making the gas prices go up. Oh, you want to talk about electricity? That has nothing to do with that. Our electricity has nothing to do with Iran. Our electricity has nothing to do with Iran. The high price of electricity right now is because of the shutting down of refineries in America. These data centers that they're letting open up all over the country, driving people's electric bill up to $1,500 and stuff a month. That has nothing to do with Iran. That has everything to do with domestic abuse from the Democrat Party. They want you, excuse me, they want you to switch to all electric. Because once you switch to all electric, they're going to destroy your pocket with these electricity bills. Go see what's happening right now in the state of Maryland. Go look. Go see what's happening in Massachusetts right now. People's light bill, $1,500 a month, because they're bringing in data centers, letting data centers use up all the energy on the power grid. And then that causes energy prices to skyrocket. And they're basically making taxpayers foot the bill. It's a lot of deception. It's a lot of deception going on in this country. They're telling you, oh, it's Trump's fault. It's because Iran and all this stuff. They know it's their fault. They know it's their fault. They know they sold you out to these data centers and all these different companies. But as long as you don't do your research and learn and watch channels like this so you can learn the truth, they'll keep exploiting you. They'll keep taking advantage of you. But like Trump said, I can't just not run the world because I'm inconveniencing people. I have to do what's best for America. Oh, I don't want to pay $5 for gas. Well, if you get annihilated by a nuclear missile from Iran, gas is going to be the least of your worries.
The Middle East. If I didn't terminate the Obama horrible deal, the Iran nuclear deal, let's call it, if I didn't terminate that in my first term, they would have already had a nuclear weapon and they would have used it immediately upon getting it.
There's kind of been a little bit of a collective shrug from the American public. What am I talking about here? Well, let's just take a look here. Americans who say they care a lot about the Iranian situation, look at this. It's just 45%. Just 45% of Americans say they care a lot about the situation going on in Iran. Compare that to the U.S. economy, which, of course, is the number one issue right now in this country. We're talking 84%. That is a very, very high number.
Now, I've never seen this chart until today, but didn't I tell you guys that Americans are just pretending to care about what's going on in Iran? Don't nobody in America give a damn about what's going on in Iran. The only thing they care about is how it's affecting them. And the only way this is affecting Americans is at the pump. Allegedly. And Trump said, as soon as this is done, the prices are going to come down. They'll probably go down lower than they've ever been. We'll probably be back at $2 a barrel. gallon. Because we will, by the time this is over, the United States of America will be controlling everything that comes in and out of the Strait of Hormuz. And that's without a doubt. Just like Trump said, peace through strength.
And this 45% number, only about half that and below 50%. So despite all the hubbub, right now we're talking about less than a majority of Americans who say they care a lot about what's going on in Iran right now.
But the war in Iran does affect the U.S. economy.
That's going to be the question going forward.
Yes. So going forward, we'll have to see what happens with the war and how it affects gas prices, et cetera, et cetera. So is interest starting to rise, or is it kind of just falling off?
Yeah, this to me, again, just such an interesting number because we have this 45% right here. But take a look at Google searches right now because it just sort of reinforces that point. Americans, Google searches for Iran. Look at this. Down 84% versus February 28th, when, of course, the current war started in Iran. And if you look back on Sunday, you look back yesterday, searches for the Academy Awards significantly higher, are talking about 3-4 times as high as searches for Iran in the United States of America. President's overall approval rating, it's the same. It's the same. It was 41% before the current war in Iran started, and it is 41% now. So despite, again, all the hubbub, despite all the critics of the president of the United States, what we are seeing right now is a president whose approval rating is steady, and this has not been a big deal politically, electorally speaking. We'll see if that shifts. Obviously, as gas prices climb higher, if all of a sudden prices in other parts of the economy also climb higher, perhaps you'll see this number begin to shift. But at this point, this has been politically a big ball of nothing.
When you take stock of all of it, what we're seeing is a multi-pronged approach, a pressure campaign.
So you can see the reality. And I really like the stats guy on CNN because he just tells the truth and he doesn't allow them to bait him into this like Trump bashing thing. He just calls it straight up. Sometimes he might try to like explain it in a way that skews things against Trump. But right now, as far as the stats are concerned, it's not even close. Trump is doing good. Trump's approval rating is higher than Obama's, George W. Bush, and Bill Clinton, and Joe Biden's at this point in his presidency. But I said it yesterday, Joe Biden never reached this point in his presidency. At the end of Biden's presidency, he was way down. He was down so bad, he started trying to deport illegals that he let in the country to try to get his approval rating back up. After saying, I can't deport these illegals, it would be against the law. So how did you start deporting them when your approval numbers started dropping? Come on, Joe. Come on, Joe. But let's watch CNN as they try to spin what was said. And guys, let me know if the audio is okay. Let's watch CNN as they try to spin what was said so that to try to discredit the statistics that we were just shown.
To discourage independent reporting. Now, it can be summed up in the gesture that Trump made on Air Force One. He looked at a reporter from ABC who was asking very reasonable questions about the war, and he went like this. He went, shh, and he tried to shush the ABC reporter. And that is the goal, what we're seeing from Trump and his allies, to quiet and discourage and diminish real reporting and scrutiny of the war. Of course, for a decade now, we've all been accustomed to Trump's media bashing. It's nothing new. It's usually just a dull roar, though. And right now, it's a much louder howl. He's using words like criminal and unpatriotic to assail media companies. And he has his defense secretary, Pete Hegseth, at the podium, insulting news outlets like CNN. And he has his FCC chairman, Brendan Carr, threatening broadcast station licenses. Now, those threats are mostly hollow, but they are still meaningful. I happened to bump into Carr at the airport in Fort Lauderdale last night, actually yesterday morning. And what was Carr doing in Florida? He was visiting Mar-a-Lago. He was with President Trump, which means he posted that tweet threatening station licenses from Trump's club. That tweet has been denounced, we can put it on screen, as un-American, as unconstitutional, as authoritarian. Many Democratic lawmakers have come out against it, saying that the Trump administration is trying to chill critical news coverage of the war. But it's very clear, news outlets are undeterred, right? This coverage is continuing.
So what Trump does is unpatriotic, but to go and root against the president of the United States, to lie, maliciously lie about the president of the United States to the point where now you guys have to worry about what you say because you don't want to get sued. If you're at the point where you have to retract statements in real time so you don't get sued, that means that before this started happening, you were telling a lot of lies about the president of the United States. And you're so hateful of the president that you wouldn't even walk back the lies. You just lie until Trump started threatening you guys' licenses, and Trump started threatening you guys' pockets when he threatened to bring lawsuits against you for slandering him. Like, let that sink in. America's media outlets, which are supposed to be, you know, the epitome of journalistic integrity, they have to get threatened by the president of the United States. They have to get threatened to be sued for them to stop telling lies on the president. Is that not unpatriotic? Because if you were a journalist and you were telling the truth, you would say, sue me, take me to court. I'll prove it, pull up the evidence, and then I'll countersue you. But the mere fact that they never did that, that proves that a lot of the stuff they say is pure lies. They admit it. Basically, they're saying Donald Trump is a dictator because he won't let us lie and slander him. He's a dictator because he won't let us spread 95% pure lies about him. That's what they're asking Trump to do. Shut up, Mr. President. Let us keep on lying on you.
Regardless of the Trump administration's pressure campaign.
How this war is being covered is really irking members of the Trump administration, to say the least. The president and his team arguing the media is being too negative, overlooking perceived successes and the completion of war aims, while also too credulously taking Iran's word in some stories. Trump wants the FCC to step in, posting this on Truth Social just last night, saying, quote, "The fact is, Iran is being decimated, and the only battles they quote-unquote win are those that they create through AI and are distributed by corrupt media outlets. I am so thrilled to see Brendan Carr, the chairman of the Federal Communications Commission, looking at the licenses of some of these corrupt and highly unpatriotic news organizations." Now, Chairman Carr urging broadcasters operate in the public interest and will lose their licenses if not, accusing some of these networks of running hoaxes and distortions while covering the war. Now, Democrats, they're pushing back online. Senator Elizabeth Warren, the Democrat from Massachusetts, writing this, Constitutional Law 101. It's illegal for the government to censor free speech it just doesn't like about Trump's Iran war, saying this threat is straight out of the authoritarian playbook.
Right. So let us lie and gaslight the American people when it comes to the war in Iran, because that helps us, well, we think that helps us win in the midterms. Obama really did a number on the media in the United States. See, the media feels like they should be able to control who's president. That's their issue. How's the media rooting for one person over the other person for the presidency? I really just don't understand that. It's nowhere near unbiased. If you ask anyone, who do you think the CNN goes for? They'll say the Democrats. If you say who do you think Fox News go for? People will say, oh, the Republicans. It was never supposed to be that way with the media. The media was just supposed to give the information, no spin, and let you decide what you wanted to do based on the information that they presented to you. I don't know where we went wrong, but we have a lot to fix in this country. A lie cannot be shown to remain true. The truth can be shown to remain true. Lies can be said but never proved, 100%. But in the world we live in, people don't have the patience to wait for the truth to be revealed. They don't care. Right now, today, like I talk to people, you know, people throw out the thing about Trump. Oh, Trump's a pedophile. I say, okay, what evidence do you have? Do you know people's number one source of evidence? The thing that the most of these crazies who are saying Trump is a pedophile, do you know their number one reason for believing that is, oh man, Trump is in all types of pictures with Epstein. 90% of the people screaming that Trump is a pedophile, believe Trump is a pedophile because he was in pictures with Jeffrey Epstein. I was talking to somebody today on the inbox on Instagram. Oh man, he's guilty because he was on all types of pictures with Epstein. I said, so if you take a picture with someone who was later found out to be a pedophile, that means you're a pedophile? That's crazy. That means there sure are a lot of prosecuted pedophiles running around. I don't know. I could be with my own brother. I don't know what the hell he's doing in his spare time. I could be with my own cousin. I don't know if he's a pedophile unless I'm engaging with him in it or engaging in it with him. That's how far we've fallen in this country. We used to be the best and the brightest. Now we're like the dumbest and the most gullible. Trump, our president, is a pedophile because he appeared in some pictures 30 years ago with a dude who was found to be a pedophile, but found to be a pedophile by Trump and prosecuted by Trump's DOJ. Just make it make sense. It doesn't. You can't make it make sense. But it is what it is, man. Okay, so that's it. Okay. Y'all don't want the secret information I got because nobody contributed anything to the stream as far as I'm seeing, and I'm just gonna sell these pics to a media outlet. I'm not gonna just put them out. I'm giving y'all the first chance. Y'all have the stuff before anybody. But if y'all don't want to support the channel, then we just sell it to the media outlet that does. I can probably sell these to TMZ. Azazel, yeah, where's the evidence? They don't have it. They don't have it. It's just all accusations. I had a Muslim dude tell me that Muhammad marrying a 6-year-old and consummating the marriage when she was 9 is okay because at the time that was allowed. And then say, well, Trump is a pedophile. And I say, how? Oh, man, he was in all types of pictures with Jeffrey Epstein. I just stopped responding. Okay, cool. Cool. You could be in a picture with people who crazy, got all kinds of stuff going on. You'll never know. So that means you're guilty of whatever they did because you took a picture with them. I had a woman tell me yesterday, an ex-friend of mine, she told me that she knew Trump was a rapist because she got raped when she was younger. I said, did you get raped by Trump? No. So Trump is a rapist and a pedophile because you can tell he is because you got raped and molested when you were younger. I'm not trying to make light of anyone's situation, but I don't think convicting somebody for rape and pedophilia is something that's just a feeling thing. Well, I just feel like yes. It just makes no sense, man. These people are totally delusional. Now, we have more to talk about because, man, I need to sign in on my WhatsApp on here, man. That's what I need to do. Because I got a lot of stories in there. I got a lot of stories in that WhatsApp web. What stories y'all been keeping up with? Is my audio too loud? Does it sound like I'm like yelling? Is the audio like unbalanced? Let me know. I want to go on my WhatsApp on here because that's where I put all the stories that I want to cover. Okay. All right, I'm in, y'all. Because I saw a lot of crazy stuff today. Audio's good. Yes. Getting grape gave her grape senses. Right. Crazy. I said, well, now that I know you crazy, we don't need to be friends no more. Because you ain't about to make no allegation against me off of feelings. I can feel it. I feel it in my soul. I'm like, what? What the hell are you talking about? Yeah, Nick Fuentes is just trying to move around. He trying to get back into the mainstream. He not slick. Nick Fuentes is a straight gaslighter. I told you guys a long time ago, stop listening to that idiot. He's calling for unity between black and brown now. Blacks and whites. Bro, Mexican. Where's this at? Okay. Ooh, Boyce Watkins. Boyce Watkins recently cooked the hell out of the Democrat Party. Bro was not playing no games with the Democrats. I guess bro has officially had enough because black folks have been going at people, asking people who criticize the Democrats, why are you criticizing the Democrats, but you don't never criticize Republicans? And I think Boyce Watkins gave like the absolute most perfect answer, you know, that I've ever heard on the situation. And I've thought about it, but I'm honest enough to say I probably never thought about it like this. But in this particular situation, I just believe Boyce Watkins. I don't even listen to the guy. I don't pay attention to him at all. But he was on point with this one. Let's tap into this.
The reason I criticize the Democrats more than the Republicans is because you have to understand a concept called quid pro quo. Quid pro quo means something for something. That means that if you give somebody something, they're supposed to give you something back. If you give them nothing, then they don't owe you nearly as much. So when somebody says, well, the Democrats didn't do anything, well, what did the Republicans do? My question is, well, did we give the Republicans 80%, 90% of the black vote? Have we supported the Republicans in every election since the Civil Rights Movement? Do we make sure that Republicans get into office the same way we make sure Democrats get into office? The answer is no. So why would you think that a party that you gave nothing to is supposed to give you the same as a party that you gave your whole political life to, all your political power to? That's like somebody going to work 40 hours a week, and then when you ask your boss for the paycheck, he says, well, what about the company down the street? They didn't give you nothing either. That's not the same thing. You're going to say, hey, but I work for you. I did the labor for you. I invested in you. So people got to understand, look, the day I will criticize the Republicans more than the Democrats will be when the Republicans are getting 90% of the black vote. Then they will be in my crosshairs. And really, what you got to understand, too, is that when we spend all our time complaining about the Republicans and say nothing about the party that we put in office, we're pretty much giving cover to the people that are using us and oppressing us. So, no, I don't think that it should be the same. You don't go to the people who owe you nothing and expect to receive the same that you get from people who owe you something. People who don't get that need to go study quid pro quo. Go read a copy of Powernomics by Dr. Claude Anderson. He explains it very clearly. And unfortunately, our people don't know that. That's why we'll sit there and give everything to somebody who gives us nothing. And then they say, well, what did they give you? They didn't give you nothing either. Well, they don't owe us as much as you do because we gave you everything. That's my 2 cents. If you want to know my solution, it's wealth. I have a PhD in.
Hey, man, I got to say, old Boise boy, he was cooking. I never really heard Boyce Watkins say anything that I felt was worthwhile. I always felt like Boyce Watkins was just a Dr. Claude Anderson ripoff and tried to take like that momentum that Dr. Claude Anderson had and capitalize on it. But I have to be honest, I got to call a spade, man. Hey, Boyce was cooking with grease right here. Boyce was straight cooking with grease right here. He made a lot of sense with what he said. Why do black people keep trying to condemn and criticize other black folks, saying, well, you don't never say nothing about the Republicans? We ain't gave the Republicans anything. The Republicans don't owe you anything. The person you attack is the person who owes you. You've been voting Democrat for 75 years and they haven't given you shit. Why would you waste a single second talking about what the Republicans haven't done? The Republicans back in the day didn't even care or want your vote. They said they're not going to vote for us because they like handouts. The Democrat Party promised you all the handouts. They offered you all the entitlements. They gave it to you for a little bit and then got rid of it. They gave it to you for a little bit and then we're like, oh, well, you got to basically be, we basically need you to not have any goals to be better than you are now, today, so that you can get a butter biscuit from us. Boyce is right. Why would any black person be condemning Republicans when Republicans don't owe you anything because you haven't given the Republicans anything? And that's what he means when he's talking about quid pro quo, a favor for a favor. You haven't done the Republicans any favors, so why are you criticizing them? But like I said last night on this show, I said the reason why black people hate Republicans and hate MAGA and hate black MAGA is because black MAGA, the Republicans in MAGA, that's a reminder of the fact that Democrats just been shitting on black people for 75 years, getting their vote and not giving them anything in return. I love the analogy that Boyce used when he said the way black people operate, where they try to criticize Republicans, even though the Democrats are the ones they gave their vote to. He said it's like going to work and your boss is like not giving you your check. You done worked all week and you go to work to pick up your check and your boss say, well, why should I give you a check when the company down the street ain't give you nothing? Well, obviously you would say, well, I ain't did no work for the company down the street, but you owe me my money. Now give it here. That's what the Democrats do. Oh, the Republicans trying to do this and the Republicans trying to do that and the Republicans and black people never take a second to say, okay, you could, Democrats, y'all could talk to us about what the Republicans trying to do all day long, but why are you not trying to give me anything in return for my vote? Why are you over here giving more to Hispanic illegal immigrants who can't even vote in this country than you're giving to me, a black American citizen who has been giving you my vote for over 70 years, hoping that you would actually give me what it takes to fix my community and make my community safe to raise my children in? Oh, but the Republicans, stop bringing up the Republicans. Why haven't you done what you promised me you were going to do? The Democrats done got away with murder. They done got the black vote for 75 years, and now they just like, yep, we just going to pivot to the illegals. I don't understand why any black person does not understand a simple equation. If a politician will choose someone who's not even a legal citizen of the country, they're technically not even allowed to vote. Why would a politician whose livelihood, whose political life depends on votes from legal American citizens, why would that person take the side over illegal aliens, take the side of illegal aliens over black American citizens? And that's what Boyce is talking about. We just keep on giving something for nothing, something for nothing. And then we go take the anger out, that we take the anger that we have on the Democrat Party, we take that out on the Republican Party. We're like, the Democrats ain't gonna give us shit, but we about to burn the bridge with the Republicans too, to where they really not gonna try to give us shit. Make it make sense. Boyce is totally right in this situation. And I ain't no Boyce fan. Oh yeah, hey, Black Man Rising, you 100% right. Democrats no longer work for the black vote. They don't have to. Black women and these beta male black men have ensured them our vote. They've guaranteed our vote to them. They've guaranteed our vote to the Kamala Harris's, Gavin Newsom's, and Maxine Waters of the world. If Gavin Newsom runs for president, I'm telling you, he's going to get 90% of the black vote. Black people whose policies, black people who have been pushed out of California due to Gavin Newsom's racist policies, they're going to turn around and go vote for him. Whatever other state they're in right now that they had to go to because they had to run up out of California because they couldn't afford it, they're going to still go to the booth and vote for Gavin Newsom. Because black folks, Democrats have trained black folks like dogs to continue to support Democrat, even when supporting Democrat isn't yielding any benefits at all. I just don't understand that. But y'all let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think Boyce Watkins is right? Do you think it's true that black people should spend more time focusing on criticizing Democrats, since that's who we're constantly giving our vote to, than we do criticizing Republicans who we really never supported, therefore don't really owe us anything? I would say with Republicans, you can go to the table and say, hey, can we work together to get some of the things we want? And they can tell you yes or no. But with the Democrats have a debt that they've been on for 75 years. See, everything you owed the Democrats, you've already given to them. But they haven't given you any of what you owe, what they owe you. They haven't given you any of what they owe you. And you just sit back and chill and take it. You're cool with it. All right, I guess this is what it is. They ain't never going to give us nothing. And will viciously and violently defend the Democrats screwing you over. Because that's what you've been trained like a dog to do. I hope our people can do better one day. But it ain't really looking like it. It's going to be anytime soon. Let me know what you think in the comments. Did you guys hear this story about these kids in California? Have y'all been following the news? Just let me know. Have y'all been following the news? Because we got a gang of people talking about some, oh, Trump's a pedophile, this, that, and the third. But there's a lot of stuff going on right under your nose that you're not even paying attention to. Did you guys hear this story about the 37 missing children that were found in a home in California? I bet y'all didn't hear about that, huh? 37 missing children found in a home in California. Victims of trafficking. But y'all about to vote the dude who's the governor of California who let all this stuff happen under his watch. Y'all about to get this dude the presidency. And then act surprised if the trafficking laws and stuff get changed around.
7 missing children were just rescued and discovered in a Riverside County home. 37 were recovered, but more than 50 were identified, and they're between the ages of 14 and 17 who had been gone anywhere from 1 month to 2 years. The federal agencies that took part in this was the United States Marshals Service, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Homeland Security, and the United States Secret Service. The operation also resulted in 7 arrests, including a federal arrest for child sex trafficking carried out by Homeland Security investigation. Here's the state and local partners that participated in this rescue. And the location of the home that the children were found and rescued in is a home in Hemet, California. Now, I have a lot of questions here, okay? Where are the families? This is 37 children, more than 50 identified. Where are their families? Why isn't anybody talking about this, especially the news? How did these children end up in the hands of these people running this operation? What states were they taken from and relocated to Hemet, California? I just have so many questions about this, and there are very few answers on.
And this is the reason why we want closed borders in our country, because unfortunately, we have children that go missing every single day in our cities, and no one does anything about it. What's crazy to me is this happens every single day, and no one ever talks about when children go missing unless it's like a nationwide manhunt. We need to wake up. This is such an issue in our country and all over the world. This should not be happening anywhere. Now, remember, the next time someone says they're not for ICE, show them this video, because this is happening every single day, and we need to keep our children and our citizens safe in our country.
Okay, he was sweet. But listen, this is what's going on. But why they got you so distracted, Trump a pedophile, Trump a pedophile. We was arguing the other day in this little group I'm in, and they like, oh, I said Trump has passed more legislation to stop child sex trafficking than any president in history. Signed into laws, not executive. He's done about 6 laws and then 3 executive orders. But they got you so caught up. Trump's a pedophile. Trump's this. Trump's that. Trump's this. You like a dog just barking. But while you're so focused on Trump, you're sitting right in a state where 50 kids are missing, 37 have been recovered, and nobody knows where these kids came from. I bet you Biden know where they came from. I bet you Biden know where they came from because I didn't see a black kid among them. Those are the children that are being sex trafficked across the border with Mexico and California. And the traffickers are able to get away with operations like that because why? Because California is a sanctuary state. California is a sanctuary state. So the sex traffickers, the drug traffickers, they hide out in California because they know they're probably not going to be caught. Because the situation surrounding California law enforcement is just disgusting. They're not enforcing no laws in this state. None. They still ain't caught the dude who shot the dude at the Nipsey Hussle thing, I don't think. So the drug traffickers know, hey, they don't want to catch criminals. So let's go hang out in California because we'll be able to get away with everything we want to do. And if someone tries to say something, oh, that person's a racist. This is the times we're living in. Nobody wants to admit this or acknowledge it. Nobody wants to admit it or acknowledge it. But it's reality, though. It's reality. Our country is less safe. We've allowed these woke idiots to make our country unsafe for our own children. Imagine if that was one of your kids sitting up in that house and you've been looking for them for 2 and 3 years and couldn't find them. Whole time, they had some damn dope house in California. And you can't tell me that the police didn't know what was going on. Oh, but if we go in there and bust the door down, oh, it's going to look bad in the press. It's going to look bad on the national crime numbers when we do our report. And then we won't be able to get on the TV and say, well, crime is down overall. How are you screaming, Karen Basura? How are you literally screaming crime is down overall when you got 37 kids being found in a damn dope house? Crime is up. Shout out to my boy Sucker Season LA. Pass the collection, played around, y'all. We like the kind that jingles, but we rather have the kind that folds. Old school coming to America reference. Let's go. I probably got to go a little earlier. I think a lot of my audience is off YouTube and sleep. A lot of my East Coast fam. I think mostly right now I got my West Coast fam up here. Okay. So I've been putting... Oh, this is a good one. This is a really good one. I don't know. It's not that long, though. Let's see. Oh, I think the other one I wanted to do was on Foreman's thing. Hold on, let's see. Tax beyond the grave. Oh, shoot. Oh, did you guys hear about this? Y'all gonna come here and get all the news. Did you guys hear about the situation with Jasmine Crockett and her bodyguard? Did you guys hear about one of Jasmine Crockett's bodyguards getting shot to death by the police in Texas after he had a standoff with them inside of a parking structure? Jasmine Crockett had a big old black buck-looking security guard. And he had a standoff with the police in Texas, and they deleted him. I'm just wondering, like, everything around this girl was absolute trash. And now that her political career is over, just how trash she really was is starting to come out. Ain't that about nothing? Let me know if y'all can hear this audio.
And check this out now. This is a bit of a stunner, a violent and deadly outcome for a member of Jasmine Crockett's team. A member of her security detail shot to death during a SWAT standoff in Dallas. For details, Brooke Taylor runs that down now in Texas. Brooke, what happened?
Hi, Bill. That's right. Sources say this longtime security guard of Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett was killed in a SWAT standoff here in Dallas earlier this week. So sources say that he was under investigation for impersonating a police officer. On Thursday, officers followed him into a parking garage where police say he barricaded himself in his car before he was forced out by tear gas and then pulled a gun on officers. Well, sources say the man, 39-year-old Diamond Mazaire Robinson, went by the alias Mike King. He had a lengthy rap sheet with arrests as far back as 2010. He's been in and out of jail for theft charges and violating probation, raising questions about how he was able to obtain this high-level security position for a sitting member of Congress.
How the hell do you do that? Bro had a felony every year of his life up until the point where he started working for Jasmine Crockett. She had to been smashing, bro. Bro had to have been smashing, bro. I don't know who gonna hire a dude named Diamond to be their security. That's like hiring a dude named Delicious to do your security. Delicious, go over there. They acting crazy. Delicious, you got my 6? Yes, I do. I got your 6. All right. This girl was never qualified. The more that she gets exposed, the more we realize that this chick was absolutely basura, like Karen Bass, right? Dude, I'm telling y'all, black women will embarrass your ass every time, boy. Black women will embarrass your ass every time. Just like the super mayor, Tiffany Henyard. You know she was smacking her bodyguards because they was going on trips to Vegas and shit. Stand up in suites. Hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. Say what? If your girl's a congresswoman, dude just smash her friend. Bro was definitely hitting, and bro was probably definitely getting hit because he looked zesty as hell. How bro got all these damn felonies though? Felonies though, not even misdemeanors, felonies. If bro was in Cali, he already then struck out. Bro got 3. Bro, the only nigga walking the streets with 4 felonies like DMX. This guy was a gangster.
Now, on election night right here, King was seen by Congresswoman Crockett's side. She lost the Democratic nomination for the Texas Senate seat to State Representative James Tallarico.
You can tell by the way he stand, he gay. Who is he going to protect you from? If you have an emergency, y'all was going to throw him on the hood of the car and he was going, woo, 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 woo. Like the old school Eddie Murphy shit. Woo, woo, stick your head out the window, Diamond. Clear path. Okay, got you, Miss Crockett. Woo, 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 woo. What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? What in the name of Zesty security is this?
And officials also say that he was running a side business where he was placing officers in off-duty jobs and was also driving in this replica undercover police car. We've reached out to Crockett's office to comment on all of this, but we have not heard back, Bill.
Wow. Okay, more to come on that. Brooke, thanks. Brooke Taylor live in Dallas.
Why would she respond? She doesn't owe you anything. As entitled as Jasmine Crockett acts, I don't have to answer any questions. Bro was giving her that shlong diggly. Dude, what the hell is going on? What's going on here? Hey, Jasmine, Diamond, you ain't lying. All gas, no brakes. Straight scripper names. Straight scripper names, bro. Bruh, that was her gay homeboy. Had to be the gay homeboy. Because ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way. But I thought these people had to get like a government security clearance. I thought they had to get some type of clearance. Not clearance, clearance. If they were going to, if they're to be allowed to work in a government position. That's a government job. These motherfuckers, boy. Boy. Boy, 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 boy. Ain't that about nothing? Jasmine. Jasmine. Guh. Get your ass outside and get a switch. Jasmine's trying. The wigs. The wigs. The ghetto ratchet behavior. The freaking felonious damn security guards. Does it even... They need to make a Lifetime movie about this bitch. I ain't gonna lie to you. I watched that mother. The Secrets of Jasmine. Hey, bro, this woman, let me tell you, I swear for Jesse, something's gonna come out even bigger about this chick before it's all said and done. We gonna find out some shit. This chick had coke under her wig or something. We gonna find out something about this chick before it's all said and done. I'm just telling you. The way this girl fucked up, this is just the tip of the iceberg. This is just the tip of the iceberg, bro. She's Hunter Biden level bad. This girl had a felon. And then, bro, just big and fruity. Why the hell you barricading yourself? Bro, you didn't live life. At this point, all the money you done made getting jobs that you ain't supposed to get, you should have had your retirement plan ready for out the country. Bro barricaded himself and then pulled a gun on officers. Come on, bro. You gay. Jail is not gonna be that bad for you. You fruity. Jail is not gonna be that bad for you. That motherfucker gonna be like a buffet for you. All the flavors. Jail cannot be bad for a gay dude. There's only one thing that jail. When you go to jail, there's really only one thing in jail that you truly miss. And that's some some cooch. Bro likes boys. There's an abundance of that in jail. Bro likes boy booty. Boy, listen, man. He didn't have to die. This fool was just dumb. This boy was just unstable. She still hasn't made a statement. That's even worse. Because she knows she's wrong. She probably forced him to hire that fool. Or just hired him oh, we ain't gonna do no background check. Just hook him up. All right. Have you guys heard about this one? This is kind of old. Well, this is old. I'm not gonna cover it. Have you guys heard about the illegal immigrant who killed this white lady? But bro had been arrested 30 times before that. Did y'all hear about that? Did y'all, dude? One more illegal has killed one more white woman. Ain't it crazy how white women are the number one people defending these dudes, but they're also the number one people getting off by them? Seems a bit self-destructive, if you ask me. That's the guard that liked to frisk. He want to hold it and shake it. He gonna be on you like white on rice on a paper plate in a snowstorm. Bro, gay, bro. You guys didn't hear that? You guys didn't hear about this, bro. See, that's why y'all need me to put y'all up on game, man. I just need to do a show where I'm just reacting to everything. Because I got so many flipping stories that I be sending a link to my WhatsApp, but I never connected my WhatsApp to my laptop, not this new one that I got. So now I just connected it. So now I can just go straight to the story that hey, we talk about this later. Hey, all gas, no breaks. Shout out to you, bro, for the $4.99 super chat. Guys, I really want to give you guys this new information that I got about the situation in Iran, but we need $5 super chats, y'all. We got to take care of our own. We need at least $5 super chats, $5 or more super chats, so I can share with y'all these pictures and explain to y'all what's going on for real, so y'all won't be out here like suckers getting gaslit by people who don't know what they're talking about in the mainstream media. I got some good pictures. Y'all gonna love these pictures, man. Y'all gonna love it. You ain't gonna see these pictures on Wall Street Journal, dog. You ain't gonna see them on CNN. None of that. As a matter of fact, if y'all don't give me $5 super chats, I'm gonna sell these bitches to TMZ. Let them bust them. Let them break the story. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you. Yeah, the mainstream media ain't covering nothing. That's why you got us here. That's why you got us here. Yeah. No, let me stop. All right, so we got this lady right here, basura. No, I'm just kidding. I crack myself up sometimes. All right, y'all. So there's an immigrant, and he's black. He's blacker than night. He's blacker than underneath the bed. The police warned prosecutors 3 times about illegal immigrant with 30 prior arrests before he murdered a Virginia mother. Warnings ignored. Internal emails reveal Fairfax County Police repeatedly sounded the alarm about the dangers posed by a violent illegal immigrant before he allegedly killed a Virginia mother at a bus stop. Despite over 30 arrests since 2012, including charges of rape and malicious wounding, 32-year-old Abdul Jallah, Jallah, remained free as local prosecutors frequently dropped his cases. The Sierra Leone native is accused of fatally stabbing Stephanie Minter in late February, just weeks after he was released on bond for a separate stabbing. Bro is like OJ, he will kill again. God damn. So he likes to stab people, and they're letting this dude out of jail. He likes to stab people, and they're letting this dude out of jail. This is crazy, man. Abigail Spanberger is something else, because while they letting out violent stabbers in Virginia, while they're letting them out, dude, they just passed a damn law in Virginia where they just took away their guns. Well, their AR-15s and stuff. And the coldest part is the people in the Congress, the state legislature, they literally exempted themselves from the gun ban. So they took your guns, but they get to keep their guns. Ain't that about a bit? Ain't that about a bit? I'll talk about the net. Man, I didn't even want to talk about that because it was so stupid. But if y'all want to talk about it. But look at this. This dude is crazy. He killed this poor lady, stabbed her up while he was out on bond or something for another stabbing. And he didn't have no damn money, but they got these soft on crime policies where, oh, no cashless bail and all this shit. No, bail was put there for a reason. So we could keep crazy motherfuckers in jail. So this guy has been, look at this. Look at all these damn arrests. Assault on a family member. Contributing to the delinquency of a minor. 2018, arrested for rape. 2018, grand larceny. 2022, trespassing. 2023, malicious wounding. 2023, stealing property from a person. Petite larceny, trespassing, petite larceny, disorderly conduct, malicious wounding, failure to appear in court. All these charges were dropped on this dude. ID theft to avoid arrest, he was guilty. Assault, guilty. Possession of marijuana, guilty. Destruction of property, original charge, malicious shoot and throw, occupied building. So he shot, I think, a gun and then tried to throw it in an occupied building, found guilty of that. How's he out of jail? He should still be in jail for that. 2023, trespassing. 2023, disorderly conduct. 2023, possession of a Schedule III substance. Original charge, possession of a Schedule I or II substance. 2023, malicious wounding. Sentenced to 7 years with 5 years suspended to probation. So bro would have literally, if they wouldn't have suspended his sentence in 2023, bro would still be in jail right now. But he only had to do 2 years and 5 years were suspended, and he got out and killed some damn. But this is the cold part. He got convicted with the 7-year sentence in 2023. But then in 2024, he committed 6 different crimes while being out on a suspended sentence. So that means he had 7 years. They made him serve 2 with 5 years suspended. He was out in a year. He went to jail in 2023, got out in 2024, did all this crime while on probation with a suspended sentence, and then end up killing this lady and going back to jail. This is not justice. This is not justice. Our justice system is not working. Our justice system is not working. Look at all that shit this dude then did. Bro should have been in jail right now. Instead, he's out here killing people. Come on now. Come on now, dog. I'm on my Bootsy shit. Hey, dude, that just really pisses me off. It really pisses me off when the death could have been prevented if they would have simply just gave this guy a real jail sentence. They don't even give people the chance for rehabilitation anymore. They're just like, fuck it, we gonna let you on the streets. You got crazy out there, and if you do something too crazy, we'll take you to jail. It's just disgusting if you ask me, man. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Okay, so we're at two, I think, 2 super chats. All right, guys. We got 3 more. If you guys get them up by the time we finish this last story I'm going to cover, we'll start telling top secret information about the war in Iran. But I think Americans are overall no longer really interested in the war in Iran because, like, I think Trump's messaging is better than anyone's. And Trump is like, we've won the war, we kicked their ass, and everybody wants to believe that. So if you're a person who doesn't want to believe it, you're an asshole. Because we want to believe whatever Trump says. Haters. Man, I still need to eat dinner. I'm freaking hungry. Y'all see me over here trying to munch on these damn little sesame seed things. Okay. Where are we right now? Ooh. Oh, man. Ooh. So Benjamin. Okay, let's talk about the Benjamin Netanyahu deepfakes. Where, man, I have a friend, and he's just absolutely fucking crazy. This guy is just all in the conspiracy shit. And I be telling bro, like, why are you, like, posting this nonsense? Benjamin Netanyahu, people, they've been trying to say bro is dead, all this shit. You know, a lot of these, like, Indian news outlets, Al Jazeera and all these places, man, they just lie. They're just nothing but propaganda networks, y'all. Let's be real. They're nothing but propaganda networks. That's why I don't watch them and I don't believe them. Because every time you don't know what to trust. You give them an opportunity and they lie to you and they violate your trust. And then they say, well, you should watch us still because you don't want to just have biased information. Dude, you guys are slow. Let's check this out. Why can't I hear anything?
Is Benjamin Netanyahu dead?
Benjamin.
That's what the internet has been saying. Yes.
Why did she pronounce bro's name Benjamin? Is Benjamin Vita Vita Vegemin? Remember on Lucy? That's how she sounded. Is Benjamin Netanyahu dead? Girl, Benjamin. Benjamin
Netanyahu dead. That's what the internet has been saying.
I'm done.
Yes, seriously.
I'm good.
If you scroll through social media, you will find hundreds of posts claiming all kinds of things. Some say the Israeli Prime Minister has been killed in an Iranian attack. Others say he's hiding. And still others say his videos are AI deep fakes. These are videos that show Netanyahu alive. The internet says they're fake. It sounds crazy, but that's the thing about wars. Misinformation flies faster than missiles. Here's how it started. A strange video was circulating online. In it, Netanyahu appeared to be speaking. Take a look.
We are crushing the nuclear infrastructure of Iran, the missile and launcher array, the repression headquarters, the regime centers of power, and many more targets.
People noticed something bizarre. His hand looked wrong. In one frame, it appeared to have 6 fingers. Now, if you followed AI-generated images, you know that this is a classic giveaway. Artificial intelligence often struggles to generate hands correctly, especially the fingers. They struggle with the fingers. So the internet did what the internet always does. It jumped to conclusions. Maybe the...
It doesn't even... If you really look at this, bro, it doesn't even look like he has 6 fingers. It looks like there's a crease in his finger. You see like the fatty crease of the finger? And that's what I saw when I first saw it. I said, ain't no damn finger. That's the fatty crease. He's an old man. He got saggy skin. Look at this. Look at, this is what was going on. He's talking, and because the way his hand is, he's like this, and he's running his damn mouth. The little fat on the edge of his hand was creasing, bro. Might need to take some collagen, but that ain't no extra damn finger, bro. That's not an extra finger. It's just a crease. You can see the crease in the hand. Look, this little part. See this little part right here? Look right there. You can see it. There's a little part right here. And then if you bend your shit more, it's one part here and one part here. These people are stupid, dude. These people are dumb. And I knew that. But it's one thing to be skeptical, but it's another thing to be just dumb. And a lot of these people are just dumb, bro. You can literally see it's just a crease on the side of his hand.
The video was fake. Maybe Netanyahu was not even alive. Maybe Israel was using AI to pretend that he was still around. And within hours, the rumor spread across thousands of accounts. That's when Netanyahu responded. His official social media account posted a new video. It showed him at a coffee shop in Jerusalem Hills. He raises both hands to the camera in this video to show 5 fingers on each hand. And then he jokes, "I'm dead for coffee."
What did you ask me?
Prime Minister, people are saying online that you're actually dead.
I'm crazy about coffee. You know what? I'm crazy about my people. The way they're behaving, fantastic. Do you want to count the number of fingers? You were? Very nice. Cheers.
Well, this video was meant to quell the rumors. It only fired them up further.
God.
Because people immediately began analyzing this clip. They went through it frame by frame. Some pointed out that the coffee is always at the same level. It doesn't change.
Oh, my God.
Others said that the lip movements look unnatural. Some even claim that brown coffee stains appear and disappear in the video. In some frames, you can see the stains around his lips. In others, they're missing. People clearly have a lot of time. And then there was the AI assistant Grok. It added fuel to the fire. Grok suggested that the clip may have been AI-generated satire. Basically, Grok called it a deep fake. And that made the rumors explode further. And now there's a third video. It shows him interacting with civilians. But even this has not satisfied the internet. They say his ring keeps disappearing in the video.
תגיע מזה. שמע, אני זוכר את זה. אתה זוכר? קוראים לו גיא. זה היה במטוס, אתם יצאתם קצת להתעורר.
יצאתי קצת להתעורר. אתה אומר שיש מרחב מוגן במקום כזה.
מרחב מוגן, איפה את יודעת?
ממש שמה, בטח. א' ב' זה לבדוק.
כמה צעדים מכאן, נכון?
כמה צעדים.
יופי, זה הכי...
And if you're still wondering, of course, Benjamin Netanyahu is alive. But the thing is, wars are the perfect breeding ground for rumors like these, especially wars in the age of social media and AI.
Bruh, no, it's not. These people are just dumb. And my conspiracy buddy, he's always going on grok. And I'm just like, dude, AI will, you can literally ask things a certain way. AI is not perfect. AI is nowhere near perfect. You know, it gets things wrong, and it tells you. It's like AI gets things wrong all the time. So make sure you double check it. These people just get, if it says what they wanted to say, they run with it. Oh, it must be true because AI said it. It's really pathetic to live like that. It's pathetic. Who is this? Cole Kearney. No more no jumper, bro. Low, keep seeing you on there. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. But no, not in the foreseeable future. But yeah, so it's ridiculous. Benjamin Netanyahu is not dead. We know you want him to be because your supreme leader is dead. But Benjamin Netanyahu got his security tight. Iran ain't flew a single plane over Israel. That's what people really don't understand. Like, Iran might be able to throw missiles up, but they don't even control their own airspace at this point. They're losing. And there's nothing you or your damn grandma could do about it. Fools way in America mad about damn Iran, like Iran give a damn about them. Man, hey, many more blessings to Benjamin Netanyahu. He's a damn war criminal. I'll give him that. But dude, I don't mind Benjamin Netanyahu, because I feel like Israel is like, it's a peaceful place in the Middle East. It's a safe place where you can live. Ain't nobody trying to live in no damn Iran. And even if you say you are, you're lying. I know damn Iranians who won't even go to Iran. I don't care about Israel one way or another, but I know if I had a choice whether I'm going to live in Israel or Iran, I'm choosing Israel. Duh. Not because of Bible crap, but just because it's a safer place, seemingly. If you had let's ask the question to the audience. If you had a place, if you had a choice on where to live, either Israel or Iran, which place would you pick? Which place would y'all pick? Looks like your boy got hit in that bunker a couple weeks ago. He either dead already or in a coma. Yeah, you talking about the new supreme leader, huh? Yeah, because nobody can find this dude. Man, listen, Kaz G, we asked a very specific question. Would you rather live in Israel or Iran? Of course, we would all rather live in Dubai, duh. But would you rather live in Israel or Iran? That's the question. Shit, Dubai is nice, but can you afford it? That shit's expensive. I was out there, I went to Ferrari World. Man, that shit was expensive. They wanted $100. Listen, let me tell y'all about Ferrari World. Y'all ever been to Ferrari World? Ferrari World, they wanted $100 per ride. You know, you go to like Magic Mountain and like you pay one fee and then you could get on the rides as much as you want. Not Ferrari World. They wanted at that time, they wanted $100 per ride. So if you wanted to get on like every ride in the park, you was gonna spend like $900 to $1,000 just to get on. Don't let it be two of y'all. Y'all spending $2,000. Shit, Iran is a third world country, fool. Y'all do not know what y'all be talking about. Y'all do know. Y'all do know that there are YouTubers and stuff going around right now. As of 2025, Iran is considered a developing upper middle income nation rather than a third world country in the traditional Cold War sense. Though it faces severe economic challenges, high inflation, and international sanctions, while it has modern infrastructure, high literacy rates, and vast energy resources, its economy is struggling with significant contractions and currency devaluation. So basically they're saying Iran is like Kenya. Kenya is also a developing nation. It's not third world either. But I would way rather live in Kenya than Iran, bro. Kenya is a better country than Iran. Better run and more nice. It's more beautiful. Yeah, $100 for a ride, bro. Crazy. I said, hell no. As you know, I didn't get on no rides that day. I gotta shut up because you mad, LBC finest? Damn. Hey, man. Yeah, $100 a ride at Ferrari World. Who the hell wants to go do that? Like, I was like, can we go now? Shit, I ain't giving them folks $100. I am not giving them folks $100. I would have got me a massage. And that shit was only like $25. They hit both the... Please shut up. Why do these people lie, man? We got this dude, Lindsay. Man, Philip, stop lying. Bro, these people. Y'all, in the black community, man, we're struggling. We got professional people who lie. Like, maybe he's telling the truth. Let's pray that he's telling the truth. Let's, I'm going to look it up. Were U.S. aircraft carriers hit by Iranian missiles last week? I know this is not true. It's just somebody in our little group lying. It's popping up as we talking. So I felt like just addressing it. No, U.S. aircraft carriers were not hit by Iranian missiles last week, while Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps claimed multiple times in early March 2026 to have struck the USS Abraham Lincoln with ballistic missiles. U.S. Central Command CENTCOM consistently dismissed these reports as false and AI-generated disinformation. Guys, if the USS Abraham Lincoln got hit, Iran could send a drone, just an exploratory drone, to go look and show everything that's hit on the water is being shown. So why would that get hit and not be being shown? Come on, man. I don't know why somebody who's a damn lawyer would make up a lie like that. That's crazy to me. Hold on. Anyway. Bro. Such a lie, bro. But you know what? It's cool, man. Because the one thing about people who spread disinformation to me is, it's not the fact that they spread the lies. It's that when they find out the truth, they never admit they were wrong. They never say, you know what? I gave you bad misinformation. Let me take that back. My bad. They just keep going forward with more lies. Bro, you heard something like what? No, aircraft crashed into another aircraft in midair. That was something that happened, and it killed some people. But we're talking about where missiles hit, where aircraft carriers hit by ballistic missiles from Iran, bro. That's just done. Like, no, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, that a lot of people will die if that happens. It'll be more than 6 or 7 people dead, bro. It'll be like 100 people. You know how many people are on those aircraft carriers, bro? Like 5,000 people. If an aircraft carrier got hit, you would not be able to hide that. Man, get the hell out. Kenya's nice but defenseless. Like, see, this is where we are. This is where we are. This is where we are as a people. We're just, oh my God. I'm not insulting nobody. We're not going to do that. But listen to what Rashad Ali said. Kenya is nice, but defenseless. Iran has supersonic and hypersonic warheads. That is crushing the U.S. Zionist war machine. They are not the same. Bro, all the leaders are dead. What did the hypersonic, supersonic, the Hedgehog missiles do for them? Nothing. Please show me evidence that a single U.S. military ship or plane has been shot down by any Iranian missile. None. None at all. None at all. So what are you talking about? All they're doing is using those hypersonic, supersonic, they're using those to bomb other Arab countries because they can't touch the carriers. They can't catch the planes. If Iran is so dominant, why are they not controlling their own airspace right now? That's my question. I bet you not a single one of these news sites come out and say, yeah, Iran today took back control of its airspace. You got all the missiles on Earth, but you can't control your own airspace? They just bombed the shit out of Karg Island, bro. Oh, yeah, they're dominating. They're crushing the U.S., bro. Y'all just some little D-riders, huh? Kenya's nice but defenseless. Shit. Iran ain't got much more defense. They didn't got their ass whooped. Iran worse than Kenya because Iran had it on them and didn't have time to use it. Their supreme leader is dead. Their entire upper leadership is dead. They've confirmed that. Bro, did y'all know these boys brought a cardboard cutout? Did y'all know these boys? Did y'all know that nobody knows where the new supreme leader is? Y'all know nobody knows where the new supreme leader is? So they brought out a cardboard cutout of him and hung it up at the damn meeting, whatever meeting they was at. They hung up a cardboard cutout of their leader. Who does that? They're saying, oh, buddy might be dead or like seriously injured. What is this? Guys, this is not fake. This right here is not a deep fake. They literally made a cardboard cutout of their leader and brought that shit to a meeting like, oh, yeah, here he is. He right here. Who does that? If that's what winning look like, I wonder what losing is. Y'all listen to this. Look. What the hell is going on?
This is one of the rarest and
the cardboard Ayatollah. And they hung that up in a state meeting. Who gonna debate? Are we debating the cardboard Ayatollah? They can't see this guy, so they make a cardboard cut. Oh, knock me easy. What up, man?
Yo, what's good, brother? How you doing?
Oh, man, you probably got more information than all of us because you over there. Like, you kind of over that way. What's up, man?
Nah,
Enlighten us.
I ain't over there.
Okay.
I'm in Europe, but, really just the gas prices. But I did the math. I pay about, right now, probably like $10 a gallon. Normally, it's like $8 a gallon since we buy in liters. So it's always expensive, but I earn euro, so I don't feel it as much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what you cooking on?
Man, I'm just over here just touching on a couple different stories. I'm really cooking on like the gullibility of African Americans right now with this war situation. It's like they're American, but they hate America so much that they root for any other country over like just come and get my kids and blow them up with missiles and do stuff to them because we gotta show America. Like when I hear a man talk like that, first I think he's a homosexual. Second, I just think that he's mentally ill. I think he's mentally ill. What man roots for where he's from to lose to another place?
Yo, bro, I literally been having a 2-week-long debate with one of my brothers about this same shit. I'm like, dude, you sound like you want fucking Iran. Excuse my language. You sound like you want freaking Iran to win. He's like, look, Trump's ideals. He hasn't laid out a clear strategy. I'm like, yeah, you go to the White House website, and it says specifically what it wasn't specifically about regime change. It was about the weapons, the allies, and then regime change comes with that. But I'm like, you're looking for us to lose. I'm like, what's up with that, bro? I'm like, look, our Black American people are in America, so it would behoove us to win and support because we already at that fight. We tried the diplomatic route. They didn't want it. They've been calling for death and destruction. So all right, here you go. Hold these bombs. Hold these bunker busters, and I'm with the shits on this. I'm with the shits.
Hey, the thing is this: when you ask them what's their reason why they're treasonous, it's something stupid like that. Well, he didn't give a clearly laid out plan. So you want to get bombed by the old Ayatollah with nuclear weapons because Trump didn't lay out a clear plan for you, and he did, but you just don't want to look for it? That doesn't even make sense.
Something better. When I say, well, give me the reasons why. He said, well, Epstein, it's a distraction for Epstein. He's this and he's that. I'm like, okay, well, show me where he did that. Oh, I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, we're at war, bro. Like, war is ugly. You know what I'm saying? But it's about time that America started putting these so-called allies in their place.
In check.
You know what I'm saying? I'm down with it. I'm 52, so I know that has always been smoke for America from Iran.
They hate
I
America.
live in Europe, and I literally used to buy fast food from an Iranian refugee who opened a business here. He'll tell you that Iran is horrible. Anytime you run into an Iranian outside of Iran, they're going to tell you, yes, thank you, Trump. Bomb these dudes, because they know what it's about. All you got to do is Google and search how many people the Iranian regime arrests on trumped up spying charges. They're a bunch of maniacs.
Bro, they have morality police.
Yes.
A dude is on YouTube talking about he was 16 years old. He was on his way to a wedding. Some people in the car with him were drinking alcohol because Islam, you can't drink no alcohol. Some people in the car with him were drinking alcohol. He wasn't even drinking because they were like, you're too young, right? They tortured this dude.
Mm-hmm.
They tortured a 16-year-old kid because he was in the people in the car with him were like, yeah, he wasn't drinking. You think they gave a damn? They took him and tortured him. And he ended up leaving and getting out and going to America. And he said his mom tried to tell him Islam is good, Islam is good. And he was like, he tried to make peace with the situation that happened to him. And bro was like, he was like, no. He said he couldn't take it. He said any religion or group that does something like that to people. And then he said when they got him, he was like, it was like a checkpoint. So they just set up a checkpoint and was just looking for people doing stuff where they could say, oh, this is immoral. This is wrong. This is wrong. And it's like, bro, you've probably been to the Middle East before. I know I've been there. This is my problem. Y'all got gay dudes running all over the Middle East. So y'all just picking arbitrarily. Oh,
they got smuts. Today. They got more smuts in Dubai than they got on Fig.
Bro, I know. I was in Dubai, bro. Bro, I went, look, I said, man, I had once 40,000. So I'm like, yeah, where the party at? I'm trying to party, right? I'm trying to have some fun. Bro, they say, yeah, there's a party tonight at the Howard Johnson in Abu Dhabi. So we get in the car, drive an hour down through the desert to go to Abu Dhabi from Dubai. Man, it's a rooftop. We get up there, bro. We ready to go up. Bro, it was trannies up in there, bro. Trannies,
yeah, you
bro.
see?
I said, what? I said, that's a dude. And then they be in there with their face covered up because, they got the whole hijab thing. They in there, dudes with their face covered up, blush and eyeliner, trannies, bro. And I said, wait a minute. Y'all supposed to be the niggas that's killing people for doing this, throwing people off of roofs for doing this. You telling me that I'm seeing trannies? I thought I left that shit in America. No, bro. So how you gonna get the 60-year-old kid, but the guy, because he's the son of one of the rich dudes over there, he's able to walk through the mall openly fruity and can't nobody say nothing to him. It's crazy, dog.
Yo, they're the biggest hypocrites, and there's a lot of them out here. What they do is they go to a country. I'll call it a host country because they're parasitic. Let's keep it 100. They go to a host country, and then what they do is they try to turn that country into a successful version of their own crap hole country. Here, one of the most prominent, or some of the most prominent buildings in the city are masjids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's Ramadan. I remember because you know the work I do. I'm in the dressing room, bro. And because I'm going in my locker and this dude wanted to make salat at the same time, he literally put his prayer rug next to my locker. I'm talking about centimeters, smaller than an inch, next to the leg of my chair, and starts making salat to try to press me to get out of there. I'm like, what kind of shit is this? During Ramadan, they do half of work because, oh, I don't have any energy, and the world is supposed to conform to them. No, you move to a Christian country. You need to conform, because if I went to your country and I tried to openly practice whatever, then I'm gonna, get the business end of a sword. So they're hypocrites. Let me tell you another hypocrisy. Because I used to be a Muslim, right? I was a Muslim until 40 years old. I got a video on my channel, not promoting my shit because I don't care about it, but why I left Islam. I just literally 3 days ago recently made it public again. And it talks about racism in Islam and all of that, right? Bro, I was getting messages that people that they wanted to kill me. I said, this is exactly why I left that damn religion, because you're trying to scare me into being faithful and believing in the Arab God. Like, nah, bro. And I said, I can't count to 10 in any African language, but I can count to 10 in Arabic. I said, nah, I got it twisted. So I left it. But out here, the pimps, they call them, what they call them? Lover boys, Moroccans.
Wow.
The same ilk that was in Belgium, clapping shit up. You know what I'm saying? Because you draw a picture of someone. But they will go and get white girls, black girls, pimp them out. But they won't marry them because they're not sacred. They're hypocrites, bro. Right. Always G-checking somebody. Oh, brother, it's Ramadan. Why are you eating? Man, shut your bitch ass up. I ain't Muslim no more.
You over here messing with little boys talking about, oh, you ate on Ramadan, that's haram. Like, I said,
exactly.
These dudes talking about a dog is dirty. You got a whole little harem of little boys, bro. Like, I think the dog is fine compared to that shit. But that is just, I had a conversation with a dude today. It's just rooted in hypocrisy, man. And I don't be trying to comfort nobody's religion, but if you don't have the critical thinking skills to say this is hypocritical, therefore I can't get on board with it, then how are you going to come at me as a man? How can I respect anything you say? Because you're picking and choosing. You're not being straight down the line, bro. I just put a comment in. He's not even my friend, man. It's just a dude I did jujitsu with. Bro was a Muslim. Bro was a terrorist, bro. The way he used to talk. No, you got those Muslim dudes who be just going up.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like, bro, I used to be scared to be around, bro, because I'm like, that probably tried to get my ass. Like, I was going through Turkey one time, and they stopped me and gave me the inspection and stuff, and I thought maybe they did that because I was hanging around that fool because he was training at my gym. This dude was like, he would kill his own brother if he was gay, then tried to go up on another dude because the dude was like, man, I'm going to give you some bacon. I won't eat that. This and that. It's sin. Bro, I saw this dude eat a slice of pepperoni pizza, bro. And I said, hey, that's pork, you bastard. He said, oh, I blame America. Whatever shortcoming they have, they blame it on America. I'm like, how are you blaming America because you can't resist the delicious taste of swine, dude? That's not America's fault.
I ain't co-signing that pork shit.
No, but I'm just saying, though, if you're going to eat pork because you like it, you just like it. That ain't America's fault that you like pork. It's something you never had, probably never smelt before. Shit, if I never smelt pork before, I'd be like, damn, that smells good as hell. But it just shows you how the dude's mind was. Everything.
Yo, let me throw shots at the jail Muslims in New York. I don't think y'all got them in Cali like we got them in New York.
We got these the fakest jail Muslims.
Yo, they go in jail for protection because they can't stand on business, so they go out there, become a Muslim for protection. That lasts about 2 weeks when they get out. Then they back on BS. You feel me? They be in there holier than thou. No, my brother. And they come out on that holier than thou, and then as soon as they get a whiff of a BLT, then it's back to business.
Pork rinds, bro. Bro, a member of my family did the exact same thing. Like a very immediate family member. Bro was getting extorted in jail. Bro became a Muslim. He came out with the rug and shit praying. Then I saw the dude drinking beer. I said, wait a minute. You can't drink. He was like, man, I'm still working on it. I'm like, so you basically became a Muslim for protection in jail because you was getting extorted. I said, bro, you old OG Bobby Johnson head ass.
You got the new jail Muslims. Then you got the Muslims that became they took their shahada after 9/11 because they thought it was cool and edgy and, ooh, I'm radical to be a Muslim. Ooh, my people are persecuted. They want to be a forever victim. So they choose Islam because the world is waking up to what a cancer that religion is, right? So you got a whole bunch of fake Muslims. But real quick, I want to go back to the Trump thing, right?
Go ahead.
Look, I didn't vote for him, you know what I'm saying? But I do see positive. I see good things in what he's doing in terms of immigration and literally trying to put America back where we need to be in terms of a world power. Militarily, we are that, So I think he's putting belt to asses, and I respect his gangster for it. I don't respect all his politics, but for that, I'm going to support this military action. Number one, I like that it's the Department of War, not the Department of Defense. We are the biggest, baddest on the block. So yes, it's the Department of War. And if you rock with us, if you mess with us, we're gonna Maduro your ass. Facts, right? So now that's the way that the world works, though. People don't understand that. The only reason America and Russia haven't blown each other to bits is because they have the capability to blow each other to bits.
Right.
You feel me?
Yes.
The only reason I'm not going to run up on you crazy is that I know that within 5 seconds you're going to have me in a leg lock or something because you have the weapons. I've got the weapons, and yeah, I'm a striker, so whatever. You'll
we
get
both
that.
have some tools that we can try to
We
use.
both
So it's
have
like there's
tools.
a chance I could get messed up. Yeah.
Right. Like you might get an eye jammy, I might get a broken limb. You know what I'm saying? It's that keeps the peace. The fact that you are prepared and have the tools to go to war. But back to my homie, and like some be hitting me up and he be like hyped. I'm like, yo, stop debating me off of emotion. Give me the facts. He said, we lost the war. I said, how are you calling it a loss? And we just started. I said, we literally decimated their Navy, their Air Force, the Supreme Ayatollah, who's been there for 40 something years, I guess, almost 50 years, is dead. How do you not call that a military win? He's like, nah, because, some other bullshit about Epstein and this is why people hate us. And yo, bro, they hate us regardless,
no
man.
matter what, man. Bro got killed within 2 hours of the start. Like they killed bro on the first day, bro. I was shocked.
Talking about the new one?
No, the old one. He got smoked
on
the first day. Bro, Trump got that fool in less than 24 hours. They was like, they're trying to get the Ayatollah. Boom, he's dead.
Is that not a W?
Bro, Trump was up 49-0 on these fools on the first day. He killed 49 leaders and the head dude. I said, somebody was like, yeah, they got the U.S. right where they want them. I'm like, bro, they said, Iran got a plan. They got a strategy. I said, I don't care what you're doing. Don't nobody's strategy involve going down 49-0.
None. No strategy involves having your supreme leader get blown to bits in the daytime. And then this stupid ass, his son is the new supreme leader. And there are rumors that, he caught a bad one too. Why you think he ain't coming out doing public speeches? Because the moment he sticks his turban out of a window and tries to sniff some fresh air, he's toast.
Bro, they've made a cardboard cutout. They've made a cardboard cutout of this dude, man. Like, how do you have a cardboard cutout of your leader and you're taking it to actual state meetings? Like, look, here's the cardboard leader. It's crazy. Like, but look, man, I feel bad for my people because my people are hopelessly gullible for propaganda. And it's like, we're going to have to be able to discern. It's the power of discernment. You're going to have to be able to kind of, even if you don't know for a fact something's true or a lie, you got to be able to discern the kind of reason like, man, that don't really add up. Oh, yeah, they hit 2 U.S. aircraft carriers. Do you know it's damn near 5,000 people on those carriers? If they hit that shit with a missile, you would be hearing about 100, 200, 300 people dead. At this point, I think we got 10 people dead, maybe. United States is dominating the field, you know?
Totally dominating. You know, it's about time that, you know, because they sponsor Hezbollah, I believe it's Hezbollah and Hamas. So they're attacking people through proxies. I gave my brother that I was debating with, I gave him a whole list of the casualties, American casualties at the hands of Iran through proxy terrorists, terrorist acts. I gave him how many people were arrested in America spying for Iran. He says, "Oh, that happened a while ago. That's old." I'm like, son, when I give you the proof, then you want to switch the thing because he just hates Trump. Fine. But debate me on the facts. Yo, you got Muslims in the chat, bro?
Maybe. Rashad. He just talking about Muslims. His name's Rashad,
okay.
so maybe he is a. I mean,
he sound like a Muslim.
Listen, man.
My
thing is this: you could be whatever you want as long as you talk based in truth, man. These dudes, it's wild. It's depressing. I got dudes defending Muhammad with the shit he was doing. They defended Muhammad but calling Trump a PDF file. I'm like, how do you do that? Like,
exactly.
What? Like, I just
Muhammad the slave trader. Muhammad was a goddamn slave trader.
And they know that too. They know that these black dudes be like babies in Islam and really think they got it all figured out. I'll be like, bro, that you nowhere near. You haven't even scratched the surface of that religion because they're just giving you the parts that they need to trick you into believing it's better. But if you just line it up, I'd rather just be a Christian and be a Muslim. It's the same damn thing, but maybe Christian's a little bit lighter. But it's like, why? If I would reject them both, but if I had to pick one, I'd just be a Christian. At least I don't got to go kill myself to kill the infidel or nothing like that, man. It's
the most you're gonna get if you leave Islam is your grandma, your aunt shaking. Hey, boy, how come I ain't see you in church? Ain't nobody gonna threaten to delete you, or they're gonna say, I'm gonna pray for you that you come back.
Right?
You okay? Right. Nah, I can't pay my rent. Well, I'll speak to pastor and they'll raise money for you. These Muslims ain't doing none of that.
Hell no.
Black people cooning for Muhammad and trying to become Arabs, or a proxy Arab when they, you already know the deal with them and the slave trade and all of that. So it's castration. That's what the harem comes from.
Yeah.
They want big black bucks with no meats.
Make you a eunuch, bro. Like, hey, I said at least the white man let you get some. The Muslim was like, we chopping his junk off and keeping it moving. Like, what? Like, just sadistic stuff, man. But people just be in their own self-imposed prison, man. And I ain't got time to break them out. But I'm gonna just call it down the middle. And if you get mad, that's not my problem. These dudes. Some dude was in my mind. You're attacking a prophet of God. What God? Which one?
Give me a break.
Like, bro, this dude was getting little girls. Like, man, they just so gone, bro, mentally. And it's like, I get it, but it's just like, it's no justification. I just always got to look at you with a side eye when people be talking that shit.
Bro, you made a good point about they tell you the stuff that they want you to hear, right? I went to Islamic schools from a kid.
Right.
Last school I went to was Islamic School of New Jersey. And they teach you all this. It's like this propaganda. And it wasn't until I was 40 years old when I started studying on my own that I saw how anti-black, how pro-slavery, how Arab supremacist, how terrorist supporting that religion is, how hypocritical that religion is. I got tired of defending it. I remember there was an attack on a beach in I don't know if it was Egypt or something like that, and I had to work the next day. And I'm like, people looking at me, I'm like, I ain't defending this shit no more. Man, that was me. That was my awakening call. So all this shit keeps happening and happening and happening. Maybe there's a problem in Islam. Just maybe. Yeah.
Man, bro, I'm telling you, like, the people who be trying to tell you about it, they be like the most either they're very uneducated, so they're gullible, or they're like super smart, so they're manipulative, right? They're like trying to like massage the language to get you to say, oh yes, and Islam means submission and all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but what am I submitting to? Because if I submit to this, that means I'm giving myself over to it. And there's a lot of stuff within this that I don't agree with that would disturb my conscience if I was a part of what was going on. And then, you know, I tell people like this, you see terrorist attacks and stuff, you might get one or two Muslim organizations to condemn it. The vast majority just say nothing. I'm like, these dudes don't care about that stuff. They
silent majority.
If they were to take over, those same people screaming, Islam's a religion of peace, they'll be the same ones spitting on your ass and stuff, talking about, yeah, you're a kafir or whatever, because they now are in charge. And the one thing nobody will ever be able to get over, is this. Why are all the Muslims leaving Muslim countries to come to Christian countries, but ain't no Christians leaving Christian countries to go to Muslim countries?
Exactly, because they it's almost like foreigners that are so proud of their country when they come to America but don't never want to go back and live in their own countries. They'd be so proud to be I'm from this and I'm Muslim and this. Yeah. But then you want to be all of that around a whole bunch of other non-Muslims. If being with Muslims and Islam was so great, go to the place where they all are.
They won't. No,
they won't.
They know it's too dangerous. They know it's too dangerous, bro. Like it's the religion of peace, but you go there and you feel. I have a homie. He's Iranian, actually. He's half Iranian, half Iraqi, right? Bro was like, I'm gonna get married in Iran. So he goes to Iran. He's like, I'm talking to him on the phone and shit, and he's like telling me like they had to get like an armed escort from the airport. His dad's like really rich, so he has like all these like armed securities and all that stuff. And I'm like, y'all screaming Islam is a religion of peace, but y'all been fighting each other for thousands of years, and it's literally dangerous for someone from that place to go from the airport to their house to have a wedding, bro. That is not peaceful, bro. And why anyone would even consider allowing those people to come to America and make anything in America like anything over there is absolutely insane, man. It is only done for theatrics and votes.
Let me ask you a question, Brandon. Someone gets up in the middle of the crowd and screams hallelujah. How do you feel? You're not scared.
No.
But okay. Someone screams Allahu Akbar in a crowd. How do you feel?
You ducking. You
better run your ass.
you got caught lacking, bro. They got me.
Yeah. Yeah. You become pink mist. And I hope you lived a good life.
Bro.
That's the whole fact, bro.
I'm going to tell you a true story, bro. And call me racist, whatever. But I never thought I could feel like this because I'm a pretty welcoming guy. I'm working as a manager in a grocery store. These Muslims ladies come in. They got the one where they barely got the slit, where they just got the little slit to look through, right?
Yeah.
Bro, this lady she didn't ask me a question. Her little son asked me a question because I guess she can't talk to me, right? She brings the boy in. He starts asking me, where's this, where's that, whatever. Bro, I was so fucking nervous thinking that this lady was going to blow us all up. Just the way she was acting and moving, I was like, this ain't rubbing me. All my intuition was going off. And the way she was looking, because I really hadn't seen them like that before, where they just one little thin slit to look through. And then another lady came in. And then another lady. I said, this is it. I said, it must be the Ramadan, because these are black widows. They about to take out the whole damn grocery store.
Yes.
They grabbed their little shit and left. Bro, it was at that moment, bro, I knew I could not live in a Muslim country. I said I could never, because I had a panic attack, bro. Because the way they were acting, I thought they were going to blow themselves up. And the fact that is even something that is connected to your religion because it's so prevalent, that's bad, bro.
It's a thing. It's a thing. You know, that's what some of them do. You know, and the ones that ain't with it they're silent. They're just like, yeah, You know, maybe you shouldn't be picking on Muslims, and people won't do that. They try to blame the victim when it comes to that. But there's a Rashad in the comments, right? I
He's
want
an
to read
idiot.
a very
Go ahead.
ignorant comment from this guy. He says, Arabs had nothing to do with the transatlantic slave trade. We got to study African history. Yeah. I literally cook 70% of people that debate me on African history, but I wasn't talking about the transatlantic slave trade when it related to the Arab slave trade. That's the Arab slave trade and the Indian Ocean slave trade, where they was trading in black slaves, not the Atlantic or transatlantic slave trade. Pick up a book, buddy, or click the
Man,
link and get cooked.
man, listen, bro. The fact that there's people who don't even know that there was an Arab slave trade that transport before the transatlantic slave trade,
Exactly.
that was what we was talking about the castration, buddy. Like they were even more brutal than the white guys. The white guys, at least they might have beat you, but they let you keep your meat. These dudes, the Arab slave trade was a historical system of enslavement and trafficking, primarily across the Sahara, the Red Sea, and the Indian Ocean. That lasted from the 7th century to the mid 20th century. That was was that thousands of years? Like damn near 1,000 years. That's a long time. So that's a long time, guys. Millions of people, predominantly from sub-Saharan Africa, but also included Europeans and Asians, who were transported to North Africa, the Middle East, and other parts of the Arab world. So, and then people talk about, oh, they released 12 black people. Bro, it's an entire black population in Iran.
Yeah, the black
12%.
Iranians.
Yeah, they're 12% of the population, very much like black people are damn near 14% of the population here. They are abused. They're so abused and marginalized, you've never even heard of them. You never see them. None of them are on the internet, nothing. They forced them to live outside of the cities. They have to live on the outskirts by the coast. And they just beat them and abuse them and do all types of shit to them. So you got, and they're called Afro-Iranians. So they definitely descend from Africa. But that's the remnants of their slaves during the Indian Ocean slave trade. So they love black people, but abuse the black people right inside the country. Get the hell out of here. And if you go to the Middle East, black people are, go ahead.
I'm sorry, bro. They don't see that was a trick bag to try to turn black Americans against their own government. And try to exploit what was going on during the civil rights era and right after that. That's all that was. Oh, we're gonna let the black ones go, to try to show some sort of fake solidarity. The ex-Filipino president Rodrigo Duterte, he spoke when he was throwing shots at, I forget what president it was. It might have been Trump. He says something about, before you lecture me on my war on drugs, learn how to take a black person to jail without killing them. It's always in response to something. It's never just organic. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They just use us as pawns. And I'm trying to get my black people to wake up and stop being pawns for other people to exploit, things that happen to us in the past and currently.
Facts, man. Don't use me as your don't try to weaponize my struggle against nobody. Because, man, Iran got more human rights violations than anybody. Sex trafficking more women and girls than anybody. Because their economy is under sanctions. So they exist on the black market. And when you're in the black market, you'll sell anything, bro. They'll trade you a boat full of oil for a boat full of women. It don't matter. You're on the black market. You're operating in the underbelly of the world economy. They'll move drugs. They'll move kilos. It don't matter because they have to do whatever it takes to keep their economy afloat. But Knock, it was great having you up, man. Always a pleasure. I'm about to take my ass to bed. So,
all right, bro. I'm about to go get this money, man. I'm gonna holler at you. Peace.
Go ahead, man. Have a good morning. All right, y'all got blessed. Appearance from the famous Knock Measy in the building. And this is where we talk, me and bro, we be talking about history. We used to debate a lot, but it's like, you got to know your history before you come to conclusions or speak in generalities. Like we study this shit already. So when this is happening, most of us are not coming from a place of ignorance or, oh, this is new. We're coming from a place of scholarship. We know what goes on in those regions. We've been to those regions. Bro lives out of the country. You know, I've been out of the country a ton. I've been to those regions. You got people who ain't even never left their own hometown trying to argue you down. Like, come on, bro. We've been there. We know what's going on over there. And the internet tells you a lot, but there's a lot of stuff that they work hard in those Muslim countries to keep off the internet. Like, I know a lot of y'all ain't never saw The Dancing Boys of Afghanistan. Bet y'all never saw that documentary where these dudes talking about, yeah, my wife lets me have 1 or 2 boys, but only 1 or 2. Like, what? And they're Islam. I think, are the Taliban's Islam? They're Islam, I think. So that's crazy. But it is what it is. But thank y'all so much for, you know, tuning in, tapping in with the channel. I appreciate everything y'all do for me. Right? Yeah, go watch that documentary. It's crazy. It ain't no like nudity or nothing, but it'll freak you out just because it's kids, man. And they dressing little boys up like little girls, got them dancing in front of a room full of dudes. And the dudes are bidding on them like, yeah, I want him. It's disgusting, man. And y'all talking about Trump? Please, bro. Not even comparable. But thank y'all for watching this, man. It was a beautiful show. I have a good time getting up with y'all doing these live streams. We probably going to go a little bit earlier. We'll probably go tomorrow again, but just a bit earlier so we can get more people. Because when I go late, like 8, like 7:30, a lot of people on the East Coast and stuff, they're asleep. You know, they're chilling. Or, you know, it's Monday, so they got work in the morning. So we'll probably go at like 4 tomorrow. Or we might go at 12. I don't know. But just be around. And if you see me, click on the damn stream and come in and, you know, come chill out. Come cool out with your dogs. Do you recall the church bombing in Alabama, the lynchings and castrations all over the South? Iran didn't have to weaponize FBI against America. George Wallace had that covered. Man, yeah, he did, because despite all these bombings, all this stuff, do you remember the civil rights movement where black people basically told white people we forgive them for all that stuff? And we wanted to be just one big happy family and have our same economy and prosper together? See, y'all love talking about the negative shit, right? But the people who actually experienced that went arm in arm with white people to try to reconcile those differences. Do you remember the Civil War where thousands of white people died for you to get free? Do you remember the Quakers and the abolitionists, people like John Brown, who died for you to be free out of slavery? I don't get how you can bring up Alabama and all this different shit, but you're not going to tell the truth about what white people have done to get your black ass out of chains. I hate people who are liars and disingenuous. If you're going to talk about the bad, you got to talk about the good too. Because white people did a lot of bad, but they also did a lot of good. Black people have done a lot of bad, but black people also have done, like black people, we have our bad apples. We have our criminal element. But at the same time, black people are some of the most welcoming, generous people you will ever meet, ever. That's the duality. You don't know about duality. That's the duality of it all. But you never grow if all you do is overly emphasize the negative while abandoning the positive, and or overemphasizing the positive while abandoning the negative. Just as much as you hate an overly negative person, you will also hate an overly positive person. Like, goddamn, dude, shit happens. So it's duality, man. You got to be balanced, like the the yin yang twins. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. I appreciate y'all blessing your boy, blessing the channel. Let me make sure I didn't miss nobody in the Cash App. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for supporting. Ooh, yeah. Shout out to Patricia for the $9 holler. $9. That's random. Thank you, boo. Appreciate that. Okay, yeah, that was it. And I don't think nobody contributed on the PayPal. But sometimes people do be on that PayPal. Like, I gave you money on PayPal. PayPal. I don't even think I have PayPal on this phone. But thank y'all so much for watching. I appreciate everything y'all do for me and the channel. Till the next time, take care of yourselves. But most importantly, take care of each other. Till the next time, peace.